The language of business. The language of business would not be the same anymore when in 1494 a Franciscan monk named Fra Luca Pacioli has invented the double entry accounting system. Since then, it has transcended business and financial transactions to what it is today. We're going to talk about that, the system called double entry, in a little while. You know, the premise of the double entry accounting system is that it has a debit and a credit. So, ito dito natin nakuha yung debit and credit sa accounting. So, pag naririnig natin accounting, debit and credit. So, ito yung tinatawag na double entry accounting system. Yung debit nandun sa left side and yung credit nandun sa right side. So, mamaya pag-uusapan natin yan, yung debit and credit, no? Basta yung premise nung double entry accounting system is based on the debits and credits. So kung may ginawa ka na meron kang ginawang ni-record ka dito sa debit, meron ka ring i-record dito sa credit. So this is based on the two concepts, namely the concept of duality. Yung concept of duality, ito yung for every value you give, there should be a there is a value received. So, meron kang binigay, meron ka ring matatanggap. So, both ways yun, no? Hindi pwedeng may binigay ka tapos wala kang matatanggap. So, value given and then value received. Halimbawa, may binili kang pagkain. So, meron kang value na binigay, yung pera, and then meron kang marireceive, yung pagkain. The other one is the concept of equilibrium. So, itong concept of equilibrium, meron tayong there's always a debit and a credit. So, kailangan mag-i-equal yan, no? Equal lagi yan. So, for every debit that you record, there should be a corresponding credit. So let's look at now at the normal balances of the accounts. No? So as we can see here, the normal balance of an account is on the side where an increase in that account is recorded. So as we can see here, ito yung the following normal balances. Like for example, if the type of account is an asset, yung normal balance niya is a debit. So dun nga siya dun sa left side, no? And then dun yung yung liability naman is credit. So dun sila sa sa right side, no? And yung equity also is credit as well as income credit, kasi yung income, it is an element of equity. So nadadagdagan yung equity mo or yung capital mo pagka kumikita ka based on your operations, and nababawasan naman yan, no? There's a corresponding decrease through your expense, no? So idinidebit mo naman siya, yung kabaliktaran naman. Okay, so to help us remember the normal balances of accounts, let us recall the expanded basic accounting equation. So as we can see here, the assets is equal to liabilities plus equity plus income less expenses. So the assets which is on the left side of the equation has a normal debit balance. So yung sinabi natin kanina, on the left side nandito yung debit. So therefore ito yung normal balance ng assets kasi nandun siya sa left side of the equation. Correspondingly, yung liabilities, any increases in liabilities, equity, and income, which are addition on the right side of the equation, have a normal credit balance. So pag ini-increase natin yung liability, halimbawa umuutang tayo or meron, let's say nag-invest tayo sa capital natin or kumita tayo, then there is an addition, no? So correspondingly, we record it on the right side of the equation, which is a credit, the credit side. Yung expense naman, which is a deduction, is on the right side of the equation, has a normal debit balance. Para bang siya, yung bang kontra siya dun sa sa income. No, kasi pagka bago ka kumita, of course, meron kang expense, no? So itong expense na to, nanggagaling ito pag let's say meron kang operation, business operation. So meron ka ring expenses doon. Let's say nagpapasweldo ka ng tauhan mo. Yung pasweldo mo na yun or yung expense mo na yun, papalabas yung mo doon, yung pera mo doon. So bawas yun sa sa kinikita mo. So kung yung income is kinikredit natin, pagka nadadagdagan, since ito yung normal balance natin, yung expense naman idinidebit natin, no? Kasi ito yung kabawasan ng income. Okay, so as we can see here, the debits, no, and the credits. So yung debits nandun sa left side, which is the assets, and yung expenses. Tapos yung equal sign, no? And then yung credits naman nandun naman siya sa right side. So liabilities plus equity plus income. Yan. Now let's talk about the rules of debits and credits. To debit an account with normal debit balance means to increase that account. Sa credit naman, it means to decrease it. So kung halimbawa yung asset, which is yung cash, halimbawa, which is an asset and found on the left side of the equation, meaning it has a debit balance. So every time we increase the cash, then dinidebit natin, no? So debit by placing the debit sign doon sa kaliwa. Yun namang yung pag binabawasan naman natin yung cash, let's say may binabayaran tayo, yung kabaliktaran naman ng debit, which is credit. Another thing is that to credit an account with a normal credit balance means to increase that account. So halimbawa, umutang tayo, meron tayong liability, so we credit it, no? So saan natin nga nilalagay yung credit? Nandun siya sa may right side, no? So pag pagka umuutang tayo, which is nadadagdagan yung liability natin, kinikredit natin. So to debit it means to decrease it. So pagka nagbabayad tayo, correspondingly nagdi-decrease yung liability natin. Therefore, dinidebit natin yung liability. And as we can see here in the balance sheet accounts, no? Okay, so we have the balance sheet accounts. We have the asset accounts, liability account, equity. So ito yung no? Magsimula muna tayo sa assets account. So as we can see yung assets, there's a T account na ginagamit. So this is the concept of the T account. So other type of account like equity, may normal balance siya na credit. Kasi di ba yung accounting equation natin, nakita natin kanina, A is equal to L plus E, no? Tapos plus income less expenses. So nandun lahat sila sa right side, no? So sa credit side. So yung equity, yung normal balance niya is credit side. So anytime that we invest money to the company, we credit that. And anytime we withdraw, we decrease that. Therefore, we debit that. Sa income naman, pagka naman may kinita tayo, then kini-credit natin 'yan kasi magkakampi sila ng equity. So kung pagka nag-increase yung equity mo by means of increase your income, kini-credit natin sila. Pero pagka nag-decrease naman yung yung income mo, then dinidebit naman natin. And well, yung isa naman, yung expense naman, ang normal balance niya is debit. So pagka may gastos tayo, naka-debit siya. Kumbaga parang parang kabawasan siya dun sa income and correspondingly dun sa equity. And if there is an increase of course or a decrease of expense, then kini-credit natin. Yeah, so we now go sa balance sheet accounts. So let's start with asset accounts. So this is depicted by the letter T. So makikita natin, alam naman natin kung paano yung ano itsura ng T, no? So meron siyang yun, basta parang T, basta T, yun na yun. So makikita natin dito na yung asset account doon sa caption, meron siyang two sides. So a T has a two sides. Merong left and merong right. So dun sa left side, we have yung debit side. So for increases. Halimbawa, nag-increase yung cash mo, then dinidebit natin siya. Yung accounts receivable, nag-increase, then dinidebit natin. Yung equipment, nag-increase, dinidebit natin. And consequently, pagka pagka nababawasan yung cash natin or any asset account, kini-credit naman natin. So we credit that for decreases. So like I said kanina, pag nagbayad tayo, let's say ng sweldo, kini-credit natin yung cash. Because that is not kumbaga kabawasan yun. So that is not the normal balance of the cash, So kung ano yung hindi normal balance, yung kabaliktaran yung ginagawa natin. Kung debit yung normal balance niya, then yung hindi niya normal balance, yung kabaliktaran, which is credit. So ganun rin dito sa liability account, there is a credit for increases. So if we have dun sa right side, if we have let's say incurred a loan, then we debit the liability. We recognize the liability. And when we pay for that loan, so nabawasan yung utang natin, then we debit that. So there's a decrease in that liability account. And the last balance sheet account, which is the equity account, so we also credit that for increases. Halimbawa, nag-put up tayo ng negosyo and nag-invest tayo ng pera, then there is a credit. And then doon naman pagka naman nag-withdraw tayo, then dinidebit natin for its decreases. And the last accounts dito, yung sa income statement accounts, ito naman yung income and expenses. So magsimula muna tayo sa income. Income, if there is an increase, then katulad ng equity account, kini-credit natin. Halimbawa, kumita sila, let's say kumita sila doon sa let's say for 1 month, then we credit the income. Now, if there is a decrease in income, dinidebit naman natin. And well, of course, the opposite, ito naman yung expense. There's a debit for increases and a credit for decreases. Ayan. So this time, in order to reinforce what we have learned a while ago, now we will use the T accounts, para i-plot yung mga financial transactions dito. So meron like we said kanina, merong left side tsaka right side yung debit credit. So dito natin makikita kung ano yung impact nito doon sa T account or doon sa tinatawag na double entry. So let's go. The first one. So let's take up number 1. On June 1, Mr. A invested 50,000 pesos to put up a ready-to-wear or RTW online business. So, usong-uso ngayon to, no? So, using the T account, no? So, gagawa tayo ng letter T, yan. So, lagyan na natin dito, solution, yan. So, ito yung pinakaabangan mo. Yan. So, ito yung paano paggawa. So, letter T. So, like we said, no? For every debits, there is a corresponding credit. So, pwedeng dalawa yung T account na gagawin natin, no? For one corresponding date, no? So, in this case, June 1. So, dalawang accounts rin yung pwedeng tamaan. So, gagawa na tayo dito, no? So, ano yung nature ng transaction? Yan yung unang tatanungin mo. Well, nag-invest siya ng pera. So, ano yung affected doon? Maaaring cash. No? Ano pa aside from cash? Yung capital. O, lagyan natin dito, Mr. A, capital. So, nag-increase yung capital ni Mr. A doon sa bagong business niya. So, nag-increase din yung pera niya. So, therefore, ilalagay natin dito sa left side o dito sa debit side, which is the normal balance of cash. So, lalagay natin 50,000 pesos. So, this is June 1. And of course, there is also a corresponding increase in the capital. So, in the amount of 50,000 pesos. So, nilagay naman natin siya sa credit. Kung dito sa debit, dito naman sa credit. Doon sa kanang bahagi ng T account. So, also for June 1. Yan. Okay. So, yung pangalawa naman, so this is on June 1. Yung pangalawa naman, on June 5, Mr. A purchased merchandise from a supplier for 15,000 pesos on account. So, ano yung nature ng transaction dito? There is a purchase, no? Of merchandise. So, nadagdagan ng merchandise. So, therefore, merchandise is a form of an asset. Therefore, nag-increase siya. So, i-debit natin siya. So, yung normal balance niya is debit. So, lagay natin dito, no? I hope you can see it. Baba natin konti. Ayan. So, this would be, lagay natin merchandise. Okay. Now, cash ba yung pinambayad niya? Hindi cash yung, parang hindi yata cash, no? So, utang muna. So, payable yun. So, that would be accounts payable. Kasi nag-increase yung kanyang utang. Kasi inutang muna niya. On account means utang muna, no? Saka na yung bayad. So, merchandise nag-increase on June 5. This would be 15,000. And also yung accounts payable niya, nag-increase rin for 15,000. Okay, so nilagay natin dito sa right side nung T account or the credit side. So, lagay natin yung date. This is June 5. Okay, and then on June 20, Mr. A sold items and had sales of 25,000 pesos. So, most probably, nakuha niya yung pera dun nung nakapagbenta siya. So, it affected yung cash niya. So, again, meron siyang additional cash for 25,000 pesos on June 20. Pero naka-debit lang yan. So, dapat meron rin yung kabilang side naman, yung credits. Ano yung i-credit natin dito? So, this is sales, no? Sales is a form of an income, no? So, nag-i-increase rin yung, pag nag-increase yung income mo, nag-increase yung sales mo, then mag-i-increase rin yung equity mo. So, therefore, nandun siya sa credit side or dun sa right side because yun rin yung kanyang normal balance. The same as equity and income. So, lagay natin dito, sales. Okay. Sales / income. Yan. So, lagay natin T account. So, saan siya nalagay? Dito ba sa kaliwa? O dito sa kanan? tama dito sa kanan. Which is, how much? 25,000 pesos. Okay, so equal ngayon sila. Yan. Equal ngayon yung debit mo na cash on June 20, saka yung credit mo na sales on June 20. Ayan. So, let's go to the last one. June 30, Mr. A paid the salary of his assistant for 8,000 pesos. Ayan. So, nagbayad siya ng cash, no? So therefore naglabas siya ng cash. So kung yung normal balance ng cash is a debit, pagka nag-i-increase, pagka nababawasan naman, yung kabilang side naman, kini-credit naman natin. Pero bago yun, meron siyang expense dito. So yung expense niya, this is salary expense. Yan. So ano nga ba yung normal balance ng salary? Nasa debit siya. Pagka nag-i-increase is since we have paid the assistant, no, for 8,000, therefore there is an increase of your expense on June 30 for 8,000 and a corresponding decrease of 8,000 on your cash also on June 30. Yan. Now, kunin naman natin ngayon yung mga ending balances nito. No? So, yan. So, lagyan lang natin ng rule para ano. No? So, kunin natin yung balance ng debit saka nung credit. Tapos, i-minus natin yung mas maliit dun sa mas malaki. Tapos, kung ano yung malaking side, dun natin siya, yun yung pinaka-ending balance niya. So, halimbawa, itong cash. So, meron siyang 50,000 plus 25,000. So, meron siyang 75,000 total sa debit. And then, dun sa credit niya, bring down na lang natin yung 8,000. And then, rule, i-minus mo yung mas maliit na side dun sa mas malaki. So, magkano yan? So, magkano? That's about, para hindi na magamali, no? That's, that's 67. Tama? 67. Mahirap yung walang calculator, no? Kahit na, no? Pero ito, madali lang. Paano lang naman yan. Okay. So, ito naman, lagay mo dyan. So, i-bring down na lang natin. So, this would be the ending balance. Ending balance. Yan. 67,000. So, ito naman is 50,000. Okay, so bring down. Yan, madali na yan, no? Ako na bahala dito. Ito naman, 15,000. Yan. So, this is ending balance. Yan. So, ending balance. Okay. Ending balance. Yan. So, ito naman sa salary niya, just bring down 8,000. This would also be the ending balance. Yan. And then dito sa accounts payable, this would be the ending balance also. So, lagyan na natin ng double rule pagka final answer na yan, no? Okay, and then dito naman sa sales, ending balance niya is a credit balance of 25,000. So, this one is ending balance. And this one is also the ending balance. Yan. Ganda na sulat ko. Okay, so kung titignan natin, no, kung ipa-plot natin yan dito, no, so lahat ng debits mo, I hope you can still see this, no, gawin natin ano to, no, lahat ng debits mo, this one is debits and this one is credits. Okay, so tingnan lang natin, no, so this one is cash. Okay, ang ending balance niya is 67,000 pesos. Tapos yung merchandise, merch na lang yan. So, meron siyang 15,000. Okay, so ano pa ba yung ano? Yung debt, yung ano mo? Yung accounts payable. Accounts payable, meron siyang credit na 15,000 ending balance. And then, yung capital, which is yung capital ni Mr. A, has also an ending balance of 50,000. Yan. But of course, yung income na kinita niya, na yung income or yung profit, income less salary, papasok rin sa capital yan. So yun yung ending balance niya. Pero for the sake of tinitignan natin yung yung equality nitong debits and credits, no? Ipa-plot lang natin to, no? Para makita natin kung equal siya. And then ano pa ba? Yung sales or income. Okay, this is 25,000 pesos. Ayan. And the last one is yung salary expense. Okay, of 8,000. So tignan natin yung equality nila. So this would be the total. Ayan. Okay, sige nga, paki-compute nga natin. Gumamit na tayo ng calculator. And so this would be 67,000 plus 15 plus 8. So this would be 90. This would be 90,000. And this would be also, this is 25 plus 15. May message. Ganyan sa group chat, no? 75 plus 15, this is also 90,000. So equal siya. So sabihin, tama yung ginawa natin. So equal yung balance ng debits and credits. So if you have any questions dito sa topic natin, you may write down your comment. And if you have any suggestions of the future topics that you want us to discuss here, you may also do so. And for now, stay safe, God bless, and keep your hands clean.